So we're going to jump in with our first speaker today, and that is Tucker Moynihan with the O'Connell Falls High School. He's a senior, but he's also a volunteer firefighter. So he's going to talk to us about how he got involved in that as a high school student. So Tucker.
Thank you, Lynn. So like you said, my name is Tucker Moynihan, and I'm a senior at O'Connell Falls High School, as well as a volunteer firefighter with Green Valley Morgan Fire Department and O'Connell Falls Fire Department. In March of my freshman year, a group of fire chiefs from O'Connell County went to a job fair that my school held, and that's where I got my start with talking to Green Valley. And at the start of my sophomore year, I joined Green Valley Morgan Fire as a junior firefighter when I was 16 years old. And with them, I got to respond to a few calls, as well as go to their trainings and monthly meetings. And last year, once before COVID hit, I started to take firefighting classes through NWTC that accounted for the entry-level firefighter, part A and B, firefighter 1, hazmat ops, and entry-level driver operators for the engine and tenders. With that, that was about 150 hours of schooling that pretty much set me up for all of my volunteering experience, which was great. At the last summer in 2020, at the end of my junior year, I joined O'Connell Falls Fire Department when I turned 18. And with them, since I live in the city of O'Connell Falls, I got to respond to multiple calls with them. And I've started to take on roles in their fire department. I'm now an equipment officer, so I do truck checks, equipment checks every week, every Sunday morning. And so in the picture, I have a couple pictures here on these slides, and then top left is just one of our trucks from Green Valley. And on the right here, it's a picture of my dad, myself, and my grandma when I was 11 months old in front of a fire engine with O'Connell Falls. And that same fire engine is the one in the bottom left that I got to take on my first fire call with O'Connell Falls.
That is so cool.
Thank you. And here's some more pictures. In the top right is my grandpa. He's been, this is my most favorite part, is he's been on O'Connell Falls Fire Department for 56 years since 1965. And he was actually the chief for 10 years as well. And he's still, every time we get a call, he's still at the station helping out, filling water trucks whenever we need them. And it's really great to see him and have the opportunity to spend time with him at the fire station. Yeah. And then, so I've gotten to take part of many trainings. As you can see, we've done Jaws of Life trainings, car fire trainings. That's just on the bottom left is a water movement training, pump into a ladder. This has really helped out with just my learning experience, because without them, I wouldn't be nowhere near what I would know today. Thank you. And just some more pictures of trainings here. So this year I applied and actually received the Wisconsin State Firefighters Association scholarship to help pay for my schooling, which I will be going to fire school next year. It was just a quick and easy scholarship that is going to pay for a decent part of my schooling, which is awesome.
And I see you linked the link on the bottom of the slide there, so that's great. Can you tell me a little bit about, like, what you said it was quick and easy? So for this particular scholarship application, what did you need to tell them about?
With this one, I had to write just a small 500-word essay, as well as filling out just an application, and I had to have a resume. And it took me only a couple hours one day, and I sat down with my mom and we did it.
Great. And I imagine all of the experience that you've had really benefited you being able to get this scholarship.
Yeah, I think being on the two departments and responding to close to 100 calls over the last 2 years kind of showed that I was pretty deserving of the scholarship.
Okay.
So next year, I'm still kind of split right now. I'm leaning both ways. I'm going to attend either Northeast Wisconsin Technical College or Fox Valley Technical College in the fire medic programs to become a firefighter and paramedic. And actually, since I had free time this year, I started taking an EMT class. So right now at night classes, I go to the regional center in O'Connell Falls, and I'm starting to take EMT.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how this works since you're a high school student. If a call would happen during the day, do you have some kind of an agreement with O'Connell Falls High School that you can leave school in order to go on a call?
Yep, I just carry my pager with me, and it hasn't happened too many times, but when we do get a call, I just, tell the teacher, hey, I got a fire call, and I get to just go have some fun.
Although there's a lot of responsibility to that as well.
Yeah.
The teachers have to know that you're going to come back and make up the work that you missed. So that's awesome. Yep. Allison, do you have any questions, or do we have anything in the chat?
I don't see anything in the chat, but Tucker, I have a question. You mentioned the junior firefighter as sort of the first step besides an awesome family history. Wow, mm-hmm. that was pretty amazing to hear. But that junior firefighter role, was that paid? Was that the volunteer part? If you could just explain a little bit more how that
was just volunteer, and luckily, unfortunately, O'Connell Falls didn't have it. That's why I went out to Morgan and Green Valley. But it was just, I volunteered, and they took me under their wing, and I got to train with them. I got to go on a couple calls. It was a really great experience, and definitely opened my eyes and taught me a lot what I know now.
So once you decide which training you're going to do, and then you do your firefighter and EMT, what are you envisioning kind of as your next step after your post-secondary education?
Just once I get all my schooling done, I'd just love to get a job and just start working, doing what I love.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. I think that's just such a unique perspective that you can be doing these kinds of things while you're still in high school, which is what academic and career planning is all about.